Bisshhh'ssss, 'tis I, Chloe's here. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. So my left hand is already done. I didn't film it because I thought I was going to do the exact same thing on my right hand, but I've decided to change that since then. I still have the same glitter. It is tinsel from Rebel, but on my left hand I did 2 layers of tinsel, and on my right hand I've only done 1 because I actually like it more of just the sheer one layer coverage. But we are doing a stamping 101 today. And ignore my left hand. Yes, I have saran wrap over my finger because it has a very bad cut on it. And a Band-Aid gets wet and soggy, and I don't like that, especially because I'm always washing my hands. So I put saran wrap on it, and let me tell you, it worked. It stayed dry. Just a tip. Also, ignore my voice. I am still getting over sick, but I've also been doing voiceovers all night long. So, anywho, I'm doing this voiceover before Christmas, but when y'all see it, it will be right before New Year's. So I hope everyone has had a very Merry Christmas, and I will be on my way back home. When this comes out, I will be in Georgia visiting my parents-in-law and my sister-in-laws. So let's get started. You need your stamping plate. Mine is from Maniology. I will leave a link down below. My polish is from Maniology, and my stamper is from Maniology, and my scraper is from Maniology. Not sponsored yet. I hope. Maybe. One day. So I've decided that I'm going to do this little champagne bottle first. So you're going to put some polish above the image, scrape it down, and put your stamper just right on it and pick it up. If you have anything left over, you can take your little scraper and touch it while it's still kind of wet, and it'll go ahead and get it up. You can take Scotch tape and tap it to the stamper, and it'll get it up. You can even take a lint roller and lint roll it up. Whatever is on there that you don't want it, you just got to be very careful not to take the image that you have on there that you want off. So I hope we'll go through it again. I've got 5 fingers. I made sure to do a stamp on every single finger for this video so that I could be thorough in what I tell you guys and just try and be as helpful as I could be. So I'm tearing a piece of paper towel off, and I'm using nail polish remover, and I am just cleaning that polish off. The polish over there by the fireworks and everything stained from a few manis that I tried to do a while back that I never got around to uploading. It was a disaster. You wouldn't have wanted to see it. Anyways, and because the nail polish remover was still kind of on there, I took a dry piece of paper towel and wiped over it again. You want it to be dry so your polish doesn't start separating or anything with the remover. And now I'm putting a blob of nail polish right over on top of, like, right above the image that I want. And then I'm scraping down, wiping my scraper off, and then I'm putting my stamper over the image that I want. And for me, what works best for me, and this is going to be different, you're going to have to play around with it. What works best for me is to hold the stamper right over the image and just push directly down on it and then pick it back up. And for some people that doesn't work. For some people, rolling it over works better. You want to start at an angle and then roll your stamper over the image and pick it up. That works for a lot of people. It does not work for me. I find that just hovering the stamper over the plate and then pushing directly down into it works best for me. And I will tell you guys, of course, the one time that I'm trying to be helpful and everything with y'all, I actually got every single one of these on the first try, and that has never happened to me before. I did not have to pick up a single one twice. It was all first time shot, and I got it right, and I could not believe it. And I thought, the perfect chance for me to show, like, messing up an image, and it didn't happen. And the time of it, I didn't even think, well, I could just say, well, this is perfect, but let me show you. Didn't even think about it, so I'm so sorry. I'm going to show you how to pick up this bigger image. You're going to just make sure you have enough polish covering the whole thing. Scrape it down confidently. Sometimes, if it looks like it might have too much on it still, you can scrape it again twice. You can scrape it twice and then just pick it up. You want to work fast, but you don't have to work incredibly fast. All of this is real time. This whole video is real time. I have not sped anything up. All of this is real time just for y'all. I just cut out a few like cleaning situations or me having to get up and go get something, but me actually doing this is in real time. So I picked up that whole thing and I decided that I wanted the confetti to be all the way around the nail. So I made sure that that empty space was dead center in my nail. And I was going to put something else in the middle of it and make it look like the confetti was falling around it. But then I decided, I don't think so. So here I'm trying to clean off the black, you'll see. And that didn't work. So I have this little cleanup brush. This could be any brush. It does not have to be this exact brush. It could be an old gel brush, whatever. I dipped it in a little bit of acetone and I just went around my cuticle and wiped it off. I did not, once I had it dipped in the acetone, I tapped it on the paper towel to get the majority of the liquid out of the brush because you don't want to flood your cuticle with acetone because then it will start smearing and picking up all of the rest of the art. So, just a heads up. And it will look better at the end because I will wash my hands and then the remnants of the black will go away because it does kind of just leave this like black hue on my finger. But that's how you can clean it up. And Maniology does actually have an angled cuticle brush situation for cleaning specifically your cuticles after stamping. So you can look into that too. This is just what I had laying around. I didn't have any other actual cuticle cleaning uppy brushes, so that's what I used. And so now we're going. I did not think to use any other colors. I thought black was like pretty standard. Like this is probably what you're gonna have when you first start stamping anyway, so that's what I left it at, and it just looked better, I think, with the gold than anything else would have, because I have some other like wild metallic colors that I don't think would have been good. So another thing that is key, and it's gonna sound ridiculous, but I kid you not, these plates smell fear. They can smell the fear. They can smell if you're intimidated by them. So don't be. You got to go in it and you got to say, all right, I know what I'm doing and I'm going to pick it up the first time. And that's just how it's going to be. You got to go in there and you got to show that plate who is boss. Show it who's boss. Be confident. Just, you got to do it. Okay? Don't have it any other way. It might take you 2 or 3 times, but the more confident you go into it, the less times it's going to take you to get it right. I promise. I promise. It is all about confidence. So, and you want to make sure your plate is clean. And so now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do on my thumb. And I decided on the little calendar days, it goes from 31 to 1. So I decided to do that. So one more time, I'm getting my polish and I'm putting a blob right above the image that I want to take. I'm getting my scraper. I'm scraping the polish over it and then wiping off my scraper, taking my stamper, hovering it over, pushing it directly down on the image, letting it just sink in. I kind of go slow with that so that I can make sure and get it all. Now I'm taking my scraper and I am picking up what is left over on the stamper that I do not want to get on my nail. I'm looking through the back of my stamper. On this nail, I did flip it upside down because I couldn't flip my thumb right side around, you know. I'm paying attention. I'm seeing. You can see that you can see through the stamper. So I'm just seeing where I'm placing it. I'm pushing down directly on the nail. And that is it. Now we're going to do an experiment. And I'm going to show you guys. I have the smudge-free top coat from Maniology. So I'm only going to be using that on 3 fingers. And so this is how you're going to clean all your stuff up. The scraper it can be kind of tricky to clean, so that just kind of, whatever works best for you on cleaning it kind of thing, do that, because it can be tricky. So for my experiment, I am going to be using my Smudge Free Top Coat, but I'm only using it on 3 fingers because I'm going to show y'all what happens, or what could happen if you don't have this or don't use it, like how to avoid said situation. So I'm using it on my pinky. I'm using it on my middle finger and my index finger. Those are the 3 nails that I'm doing it on. And then here, so I was going to do it on all 5, and then here I was like, well, let's not, and just say I did. Like, let me show you guys what your different options are, because I know not everybody is going to have the Smudge Free Top Coat. I didn't until I finally broke down like a month or 2 ago and bought it. So I'm leaving my thumb clear of it too. I am letting my Smudge Free Top Coat dry for about a minute and a half. And so see, now I'm filling, making sure it's dry. This is sped up right there. That's the only part. The rest of this is still real time. So here we go. Now I've got my activator. And this is my Mani Boss activator and top coat, dip top coat. We are using the dip liquids just so I can like really show y'all, if you don't got gel, whatever, like this is the what ifs and what could happen and best way around it. So with my activator on this nail, I'm starting in the middle, avoiding the stamp for the moment, and then now I'm just going to tap over it. Nothing else, just kind of tapping. You can see my brush did get a little black, but my image didn't smudge as of, like, it's fine. I just tapped over it. Now, the Smudge Free Top Coat ones, you don't really have to worry about because it's already got that layer barrier protection between that and the polish. On this nail, I am going to swipe. Just swipe right through, and you can already see that it already kind of smudged. And it got my brush black again, so I'm having to wipe that off. And then again, on my pinky, I'm just swiping because it's got the top coat, the Smudge Free Top Coat on there. Nothing to really worry about. It's good, dandy. There's no black transferring to my activator brush. We're good. We're golden. And so I'm waiting for that. Now I'm going to wipe my nails, because you do your activator, then you wipe them with paper towel, then you do your top coat. So I'm taking a clean piece of paper towel, and on my thumb, you'll see, like, I'm rubbing. No smudging. We're good. I'm going to go ahead and rub on those nails. They're fine. That one I'm going to go ahead and pat because we already have that smudging going on and I don't want to make it worse. So I patted it instead of rubbing. And then my pinky, I rubbed. So now for my top coat, this is my first layer, staying away from the stamp until the end. So you'll see I did my middle, then my left side of my thumb, then the right side. The next few fingers aren't going to really matter because we have the Smudge Free Top Coat on. We have that layer of protection between the liquid and then the black nail polish or stamping polish. So it could happen, but it's highly unlikely that you're going to get smudging in there. And then on this one, we just started right in the middle and then went on to the side walls, because I'm showing y'all, like, this is what can happen if you just think you don't need to do whatever, you don't need to be careful. Smudging will happen. But you can still get away with a clean stamp even if you don't have that extra smudge-free top coat. Because on my thumb, this is now our second layer. I'm going to be capping my edge on my thumb and everything. You will see that the image on my thumb, it did not have the smudge-free top coat. Y'all seen me not apply it. and the image is still clear and fine. There was no issues with it. And then, of course, I didn't have any issues with my index finger with the little champagne glasses. I didn't have any issue with my ring or with my middle finger with the confetti. And I didn't have any issues with my pinky with the champagne bottle. However, with the clock on my ring finger, you'll see at the end that there was a lot of smudging. And it was because, for starters, I wiped my activator across it. I didn't just dab it lightly. I wiped full-on liquid over it, which started the smudging. And then because we already had the smudging, I did like tap, because you can do that. You don't have to rub your activator before getting your top coat on. You can tap and just like pat your nail to get some of that off. So I patted my ring finger because we already had the smudging going on. I didn't want to make it 100 times worse. But then when we started to top coat, I did start right in the middle, and I just wiped like full on all that liquid. Whereas on my thumb, I started the liquid in the middle, then the side wall on the left, then I did it where the image was, which by that point, a lot of the liquid had already been dispersed across the rest of the nail. There wasn't a lot left on the brush to smudge that. So, I hope you guys have a happy new year. I hope you guys kiss somebody special at midnight. And I hope you guys liked this video and learned something. I hope that I explained everything really good. And I hope you guys learned something. I hope I wasn't just confusing the heck out of y'all. I'm so sorry. Anyways, Happy New Year's, you guys. I love y'all. I will see y'all in the next one. And that it is. Bye, Bisshhhhs.